Hello, Steve here from Furnace USA, and if you're looking for a heat pump in Seattle, you've come to the right place. We specialize in heat pumps Seattle here at Furnace USA. Heat pumps are a very interesting thing, and they've become much more common going back about 5 or 6 years ago, just because proportionally electric was less expensive to heat with when you're using a heat pump as compared to gas. So if you go, because the thing is, when you're using a heat pump in Seattle, if you're choosing to exclusively use a heat pump, it will be more efficient down to a certain temperature. The challenge is below a certain temperature, if you're exclusively using a heat pump in Seattle, it actually becomes more expensive because you're choosing to use electricity to heat your house as opposed to using gas to heat your house. So if you have a gas furnace in Seattle, it's relatively straightforward. The gas comes in your house. It comes in usually a forced air furnace or a boiler. It heats up your Seattle home, and it's as simple as that. So your gas costs remain relatively the same no matter what temperature it is, except you're using more gas as it gets colder because your house is losing heat faster. So a heat pump is a different type of piece of equipment. So a Seattle heat pump, it sits outside of an air heat pump. It sits outside. There's other types of heat pumps, but 99% of everything in Seattle is air heat pumps. It sits outside your home. It brings in basically heated refrigerant into your house that gets distributed throughout your home. So it is a heat pump, and an air conditioner is essentially the same box, except in the wintertime it reverses itself. So to explain a bit more, a air conditioner in the summertime, what it does, it removes heat from the inside of your house and it brings the heat outside and it gets rid of it. So a heat pump running essentially in reverse is absorbing heat from the outside, it's bringing that heat inside, and then it's distributing it through the house. So you can run a heat pump in Seattle down to minus 10 degrees sometimes, or colder depending on the type of equipment. But the problem is, as it gets colder, you should have just used your gas furnace, because it's having to spend so much electricity trying to suck heat out of the air in Seattle that it's wasting energy and spending more than it would have on a gas furnace. So usually when you have a heat pump in Seattle, you also have a gas furnace connected to it. And the reason is sometimes it gets colder than what the heat pump can handle. But secondly, you need to create a switchover point when you stop using your heat pump in Seattle and start using your furnace. So if you go back 5 years when proportionally electricity was a little bit less expensive, you could run your heat pump down to 0 degrees, sometimes a little bit colder. But as the temperatures outside get colder, electricity has gotten more expensive. You need to actually switch from using your heat pump back to your gas furnace. So usually that cutoff comes in Fahrenheit. It comes at about 33 degrees, and Celsius comes at about 0 degrees. But at the same time, as electricity gets more expensive, that's going to run to 10 degrees. Switch over, maybe 45 degrees Fahrenheit. You need to switch from one source to another source. So heat pumps are a bit complicated. Heat pumps, there's a lot of things to consider when you're buying them. But if you want to learn more about heat pumps in Seattle for your Seattle area home, just contact us. Contact Furnace USA. You can even ask to speak to me directly if you want to learn a bit more about it. I'm Steve. I'm the owner of Furnace USA. But yeah, contact us. You can actually schedule a quote in by clicking a little link on this webpage. And yeah, we hope to talk to you soon. Thank you.